Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Frostin already and welcome back to our CoD Vanguard video. This is the second last video we're ever going to be doing on Vanguard, obviously, because Modern Warfare 2 comes out. Well, by the time I'm recording this, it'll be about a week from now. However, there'll still be a video coming out of this game at Christmas, as I usually do with the final review. So expect that. I will probably just get the clips like early November-ish when people actually still play this game, and then, just upload the video in December and be done with it. But yes, anyway, sorry for the ramble. I started this last year with Black Ops Cold War, where basically I take my favourite weapon and I give my, my attachments and stuff. And yeah, pretty much that's about it. So let's go through it. Today's, obviously, if you've seen from the title and thumbnail and stuff, we're doing the STG-44. The classic stuff. This is like everyone's basically most used weapon. But I'm going to give you my loadout, and if you want to use it, feel free to. You want to give me feedback, feel free to. But yes, so starting off, you have noticed I'm leaving the magazine and stock, just blank. I really don't see a purpose for, having them. But if you have your own personal preference, then yeah, you feel free to add whatever you want. But for the muzzle, I added the F8 stabilizer. It gives you 2+ accuracy and damage range in exchange for hipfire accuracy and sprint to fire speed. This is good. If you're going for the more medium to long range shots, which realistically a lot of the time you will be, this is just a good kind of counter. You get more damage for the range you're getting and more accurate. For the underbarrel, I'll put the M1 however you say it, the M1 930, that's how I say it, the Strife Angled. Gives you more accuracy, more aiming stability and aiming steadiness, or the, downside the sprint to fire speed. So realistically, try not to get yourself into, the very close engagements. Well, you can if you want. For ammo type, this is realistically down to whatever your preference with. I use FMJ rounds, but realistically any of these, will work. It doesn't matter much. For the rear grip, I use the polymer grip, or the polymer grip, however you say that, I don't know, I'm a bit thick, but basically gives you more flinch resistance for those gunfights, and the accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. This is, a very good one for the gunfights. Again, proficiency, you can run whatever you feel like. I run Vital for the increased critical hits, because I'm a sweat. You can run whatever you feel like. And it's same with kit. I run fully loaded for more ammo, but again, it all comes into personal preference. Stock, I leave blank. Optics, another one I kind of leave up to personal preference. My favourite in this game is Slate Reflector. However, if you're going for the more long shots, basically any of them work. It does come down to personal preference a lot of the time, but I run the Slate Reflector because it's my personal favourite. And again, with the barrel, I run the VDD 320mm O2B. It gives you more aim down sight speed, the aim walking movement speed, and the sprint to fire speed at a cost of your initial accuracy and recoil and the velocity. So yeah, everything's been accounted for. I feel like this has helped me win a lot of games. For perks, run whatever you feel like. I basically always run Scavenger, and again, tactical, lethals, whatever you feel most comfortable with, and the secondary, whatever you feel like. But with that being said, let me get into the gameplay reasons and show you why I think the STG-44 is my favourite weapon, and why I think it's one of the better weapons of Vanguard. So yes, the STG is obviously one of the first weapons you will be getting in Vanguard, obviously. I don't know why I said getting as if the game's coming out still, but I don't know. The STG is one of the first assault rifles you unlock, but in my opinion, it's arguably one of the better ones, However, that opinion might, rattle something within you if you're like a big enthusiast over the weapons in this game, so I'm sorry if I offended you, but in my opinion at least, the STG is one of the better weapons in this game. And I think that's just fact, honestly. It's got very good recoil, it's not like, it doesn't like aim at the sky instantly as soon as you shoot. It's got good recoil. Even without attachments and stuff, it's still a major beast of a weapon, You can do some serious damage with things, like attachment or not. And that's one thing I really like about it. Anyone can use it. It doesn't require you to grind the battle pass. It takes about like 9 hours to get it. The only downside is to get like the attachments, you do need to grind for hours. Unfortunately, that's the The Call of Duty way currently is grind for hours for attachments that arguably most of them do absolutely fucking nothing and you're never going to use in your life. But that's a side rant that I've got planned for like the final video that I'm going to do in this game, because as I said, this is the second last ever one. But yes, the STG-44, as I imagine most of us know, is an absolute powerhouse of a weapon. But I don't think you really need me to tell you don't need me to tell you that. I think if you've played Vanguard for more than like, about 3 hours, you probably would have guessed that. If I feel like most people have used this weapon, and this is just my, general loadout. I like doing these videos for fun. If you want to use my loadout on these, feel free to, as I have pointed out all the attachments I use and all that good stuff, score streaks and stuff, whatever. You want to go for the high stuff, this is going to get you. You want to go for the low stuff, this is going to get you. Realistically, it depends on you as a player to get that stuff and who you're up against and all that jazz, but, I'd like to think that this weapon will carry majority of your gunfights. I'm no professional player. I'm decent. I'm not like professional. I don't win every single game. I'm not, racking up the highest score streaks in the game every like 3 matches. That doesn't happen. But I do like to consider myself pretty decent in the game, or at least very average. I've got good games, I've got bad games, but generally when I use this loadout, the good games happen more. And that might just be because I'm, used to the weapon. This is my loadout after all. This is what I've been running since, God knows when. But it's just very good overall. In my opinion, anyway. Agree to disagree, you might have another weapon. But if you're still playing Vanguard now, even though technically, the Modern Warfare 2 the Modern Warfare 2 is coming out soon. I believe it may be out by the time this video comes out. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think it is. I could be wrong on that, but I think it is. But if you're still playing Vanguard after that, that sounds like a you problem, first of all. But you do want to run this loadout maybe like one last time on your Vanguard journey before you delete it and then never remember it again. Just let me know if you use it, Let me know if you use this loadout. I think it's very fun. As I said, it carries most of my gunfights. I don't run it every single time. I feel like people who run the same loadout each and every time are mental. Or boring, sorry. Boring and mental, realistically. But yeah, this is just my favourite one. And I'm sharing it to you guys. Not that I imagine a lot of you would care. There's hundreds of weapon guides on YouTube and stuff, and I imagine there's hundreds for the STG-44 because it is a fan favourite, but this is mine, and for those of you that do actually care about weapons, here's a good one for you. At least in my opinion it's good. You might think this is like the worst fucking class ever to be built in a Call of Duty, but I like to consider this one very good. It's helped me out a lot, and yeah, it's just overall a very, very solid, setup. As I said, it depends on you realistically as a player, but with this setup, I've got, the good kill streaks. I've dominated maps. It's very good on, the kind of, I wouldn't say the massive maps, to the likes of Gavutu and Red Star and stuff. It's decent on them, don't get me wrong. But the long range shots, realistically, should you be going for it? No, not really. Do you go for it anyway? Yes, you do, because it's fun. So yeah, these are the maps, in my opinion, it works best on. The small maps, I would say, small maps it does work good on, and I know I did say you should probably try and avoid the kind of like up close, like close quarters combat, and I still kind of stand by that point, to be honest, but not entirely. Close quarters is good as long as you have the upper hand and your aim isn't, like god awful. If you can do that, you're gonna win the gunfight most likely. And assuming the person you're shooting at doesn't have like 9 million ping and is playing from Venus. Again, these things are out of your control, but If you're able to do those things, you will dominate with this class. The loadout class, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, it doesn't really matter much. But yeah, I know I'm probably sound like a broken record saying how much you're going to dominate with this thing, but it's honestly true. All right, I promise you, if you're still playing Vanguard, waiting for either Modern Warfare 2 to either come out, or you're waiting to get it for like Christmas or your birthday or whatever, or you're just waiting to buy it, and you're still playing Vanguard like, the rest of us plebs, I say that I'm probably going to get some clips from my last video, then never touch this game again. That's my plan. But yeah, this loadout is my personal favourite. I'm showing it to you guys. Don't feel pressured to use it, but if you do use it, let me know. Let me know. Because I think it's a very good one. The medium maps and small maps are what it's best on, but again, you can run it on any map realistically. And yeah, there we go. That's my opinion. Do you agree with me? Do you not? Let me know. Is the STG your favourite weapon, or are you more of an LMG, sniper, SMG kind of person? But yeah, with that being said, guys, I've been your boy Frost. Hope you guys did enjoy this kind of short little weapon review. I like to do these sometimes, it's fun. But yeah, with that being said, peace.